The 2026 World Cup groups are officially out, but instead of just guessing which group is hardest, let's actually measure it. In this video, I'm drawing using three different statistics that by the end of the video will tell us which groups are actually the hardest and easiest, so make sure to stick around till the end. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is look at the group's average ranks in the FIFA country rankings. Along the bottom, we've got the World Cup groups A to L, and on the side we have FIFA ranking position. Remember, the lower the rank, the better, because being ranked number one is the best possible team. For each group, I've taken the FIFA ranking of all the teams in that group and calculated the average rank position. So if a group has lots of top-ranked teams, its bar should be lower. If it's full of lower-ranked teams, the bar goes higher. As we can see, most teams sit around the mid-30s on average. Fairly balanced, no extreme strengths or weaknesses. However, if we look at groups F and K, you can already see some variation. Group F, which includes Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and an extra playoff team, dips lower, meaning stronger teams overall, while the Group K, with Portugal, Uzbekistan, a playoff team in Colombia, creeps higher, suggesting a slightly easier path. We just looked at the average FIFA ranking for each World Cup group, but averages don't tell the whole story, so this next graph shows something else. For every group, I'm drawing a line from the highest ranked team to the lowest ranked team. The top dot is the best ranked team in the group. The bottom dot is the worst ranked team, and the length of the link shows the difference between them. A shorter line means the teams are all ranked fairly close together. These are usually more competitive, unpredictable groups. A longer line means there's a huge difference in quality, often one clear favorite and one or two big underdogs. For example, if we take a look at Group F again, the line is relatively short. This is one of the most balanced groups in the tournament. As the difference in quality between the teams is very similar, any drop points here could be costly. Other pretty fair groups we can see are B and D, with both of them having the shorter lines. Now contrast that with Group K, with a much longer line. This group has one of the largest gaps at the World Cup. On paper, Portugal's a clear favorite, but also plenty of pressure not to slip up. We can also see this in groups C, G, and I, where Brazil, Belgium, and France have a clear advantage. So far, we've looked at group strength on paper, using FIFA rankings, but now it's time to look at something more concrete: recent World Cup performance. For this final graph, I've assigned points based on how far teams from each group reached in the knockout stages of the last three World Cups. How it works is that if a team won a World Cup, it gets 10 points. If it reached the final, it gets 8. And so on until 1 point for a team who didn't get out of the group stages. Then I added up the points for all teams in each group and put them onto this graph. Along the bottom, we've got all the groups, and on the side, the total number of points earned from recent World Cups. The higher the bar, the more proven tournament experience that group has. Starting with Group A and B, you can see there has not been many experience in the previous World Cups, along with Group D, which only has 8 points. On paper, this is a group without much experience in World Cups recently. The next few groups have a pretty standard number of points, with only groups I and J peaking a bit higher. But then, the group with ET most point we can see is Groups L. This is the group with England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama, and where multiple teams here have gone deep in recent tournaments. This isn't just theoretical strength. It's proven and could make this a very interesting group. This is how it would look like on a scale. Groups L and I at the top, while B and D towards the bottom. We can also look at what the most even and uneven groups look like using this data. Here is Group L, with France having over 80% of the group point, and only Senegal having the rest, as both Norway and all playoff teams haven't been to a single knockout in the last 15 years. It shows us how much more experience France has had in the World Cup recently compared to its rivals, making it quite unbalanced. On the other hand, looking at Group F, all teams have had quite an equal experience in the World Cup recently, making the team one of the most balanced in the tournament. What's interesting is how this compares to the earlier graphs. Some groups look strong in rankings and have high World Cup points. Those are genuinely dangerous. Others look strong on paper but lack recent knockout success. Which group do you think is the hardest? Comment what you think and subscribe for more.